How do we even
All
start this thing,
Valentine's
man?
Day.
How do we
This
even
is
start
how we
this?
celebrate Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, baby
Exactly.
girls. What a start to Valentine's. What a start to the WPL. This is 100% solid confirmation that we have well and truly begun the best few months of the year. February to May, we are going to cook this time. As the presentation ceremony is going on parallelly, we will be presenting some views of our own. Welcome to Big Brain Cricket. We have a special guest with us today. You want to say hello to Shubham?
Hello, hi.
First
Yeah.
thoughts? How's the
Uh,
Josh?
very high. Because after Perry's wicket, I just logged off because I was not expecting to come back. It was crazy how we, fought. Or like, hats off to Kanika, man. Mad support, crazy support. What she's given to like Richa. It's like I don't have words right now because that's the excitement currently. Because I wasn't. Oh, thank you, Shruti. I
And so
was
many
not
stars
really.
for you, bro.
So I
Fanfare.
was because I went into the match chasing 200. I was thinking, well, you know what? Let's just not raise our hopes because let's take it slow. It's the first match. Even if it is not possible, we can come back in the next match. It happens, and then out of the blue, this match run chase. We're so in for another one.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to put forward a bit of a scary parallel between IPL in the men's side and the WPL by itself. I mean, Bethel's legs are already broken, bro. Might as well bang a
Hmm.
replacement now itself. All right. Okay. So the highest aggregate, right, for a single match, a single T20 match played either in the IPL or the WPL has happened between RCB and another orange team. So RCB
Uh,
versus SRH is the most number of runs scored in a single game, and the most number of runs scored in a single game in the women's side is RCB versus GG. So in both cases, it is RCB versus an orange team. So that's just a scary parallel I wanted to bring across. But that goes to show. Look, the only difference is one of them resulted in an orange win, and one of them resulted in a red win.
Red Wing,
Everything
definitely.
balanced perfectly as things must be. That's all.
The
Exactly.
universe finds a way.
Exactly.
Yeah, 284 loading. Yeah.
Definitely.
To it.
Yes. With the type of power we have, definitely 284. But I still
284
think,
loading in IPL, certainly against CSK.
oh, we want that. We want that.
We'll be there. We will be there to see
We
it.
will
We'll
be
be
there.
there. We'll be there. But I still feel we could have found like if I, I don't think George, of course, Georgia Wareham, she has done brilliantly for us in the past. But I still feel Charlie Dean could have been there. Not in place of Georgia, in place for someone else, but because Charlie Dean is another asset. If we look at her past records, and also she has just won the 100, so she
Correct.
knows with Deepthi that partnership, the final partnership. I remember. So, what do you think about Charlie Dean's inclusion? Is it an asset? Is
So
it
the only way to go about it would either be because of a failure by Kim Garth,
yes?
and also you need to have a parallel failure by maybe
Hmm.
someone like Prema Rawat at the same time. So then you can bring in
Definitely.
Charlie Dean
Mm-hmm.
as an
Fair enough.
additional spinner. So it's still a little
We can
difficult to
try
look at
her.
it that
Yeah,
way.
we can definitely try her in Lucknow leg also. That is.
Possible. So another primary aspect we need to look at over here is if you want to play Charlie Dean in place of Kim Garth, you need Elise Perry to be fit enough to bowl at least 2 overs.
Yes, exactly.
So with the hip injury, it is currently a little dicey.
Hmm.
But let's hope for the
Definitely.
best throughout the season. We have time. It's a good
Yes, we
start.
do
As
have.
we said in yesterday's stream, it is necessary to win one out of the two games in Vadodara just to keep that track record alive to finish first on the table. One
Yes,
out of two games
definitely.
done. Now
One
we
out
can
to
make
two
it
game
2-2.
wins. Mm,
We are right on the
perfect.
track with one game in the bag. Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start
Right
from the
call
beginning.
from
Yes.
Smithy
Definitely.
to choose bowling on a new
Absolutely.
first wicket. Yeah.
Yeah,
Easily. And we've seen
definitely.
this time and time again in Gujarat. Dew is going to come in. Second half,
Mm.
it is going to get easier to bat. It doesn't matter if you look at the 2023 IPL final or the 20. No, let's not talk about some other final that happened in
Uh,
2023.
but definitely,
But
look at how many misfields they did because of the dew only. They were not able to catch one of those, like even the sloppy ones.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah, definitely. It also plays a huge factor because Perry added, I mean, 50, 40 runs more after getting dropped by Hurleen. So that's
Correct.
definitely a start. Okay, Shruti.
but
All
those
right.
first
So,
9 overs, like it was like magical to see RCB having like less than six run rate, restricting the opposition with less than 6 run rate. I'm like, what's happening?
yeah, did Renuka Singh suddenly wear a blue jersey out of nowhere?
Renuka Singh picking up wickets was not on my bingo this year.
Definitely. Mad swing in the initial. So, like, I was not expecting it because after the first 2 overs, like, I was thinking that maybe you could give it to someone else, try some other. Maybe Joshita could come in early, but great decision of giving her another over to pick up the first wicket of Laura. It was
Yeah,
much needed because we know when Laura sets in what's going to
true.
happen. This could have
So
been
I
way
think
more ahead.
one thing we need to take into consideration here is the fact that Joshita Vijay bowled, I think, the sixth over of the game,
Yes.
right? And she still extracted swing, which means next game it's time to take that new ball, place it in her hands, and
Yes,
ask Kim
yes,
Garth to come in
definitely.
later easily.
Definitely.
Man,
And
that action is so
Kim
smooth;
Gard
it
did
just comes
decently.
down.
Yes. And Kim Gard did decently in the death. So if we can put it up for
Yes,
the later times, and okay,
for
we have
sure.
Joshita in the beginning, definitely.
Sounds good to
Kim
me.
Gard was highly impressive in the very first game, actually. I didn't expect that from Kim Gard. And I was also highly impressed with Prema Rawat. She was brave enough to
Hmm.
toss it up. It's fine, like Ash Gardner whacked
First
three
game.
sixes.
It's okay. I
Yeah,
don't think there were many bowling mistakes per se. It was just Ash Gardner played very brilliantly. Like you just can't,
Yeah.
question anything at all after that innings.
we have a special request.
Definitely.
Parappa, say hello.
Oh,
Biggest RCB fan here. Say everyone say
definitely.
hi to Kape.
Hi.
Okay, chalo. See.
Well, I'm highly impressed with Prema Rawat, and I want to see like how she'll go about in Chinnaswamy. She looks very promising.
Promising, she was ready to toss it up. So
Yeah,
that was
brave
good to see.
enough.
Just that when those incidents were unfolding, I was getting flashbacks of Preeti Bose being reincarnated in RCB.
Oh, what a drama.
Yeah.
But
Interest.
RCB conceded 200, and your most economical bowler was Renuka Singh Thakur.
Exactly.
Insane.
What has changed
Insane.
with Renuka Singh Thakur from the past 2 seasons to this game? No answer.
Jersey,
So
Vastu, I have no clue, bro.
so basically, her plan has always been same ever since she has started. So it's basically just
Exactly.
exactly. And if it's a good day for her, she's going to get her wickets in the power play. If it is not, someone or the other is going to lash it for sixes. I don't know what's happening with Renuka.
Yeah.
You just can't figure
There
out that
is
woman.
there's a template, right? There is a template that
Yeah.
Renuka Singh follows. First over, she comes in, she tries to swing the ball, she lands it in good
Yes.
areas, she gets hit for two boundaries somewhere, and that
Yes.
makes her start thinking differently. She starts pitching it up, and that makes her go for more boundaries. What
Yes.
happens next? Now that the batters are trying to target Renuka, Richa walks up, stands close to the stumps, and that consequently results in the batters trying to play in a little bit more of a conservative fashion, but they still manage to get a few edges out of there, and that puts more doubts into Renuka's head. The difference today was one of those actually ended up resulting in the
Actually,
wicket,
exactly.
which somehow hasn't happened for the last 2 years.
Leander says,
Even
Renuka
for
Singh, it's time to try for DSP exams, buddy. You're a police replacement.
yes,
Ayyo.
So if
definitely,
Renuka Singh is bowling so well, I think she can start with Bhuvneshwar Kumar instead of Josh Hazelwood.
definitely.
Correct. Yeah,
We
backup
should be
options
having it.
available.
And
I mean,
Phil
it was
Salt
something
is
that we mentioned even last year, right? Last year we walked into the season without any decent spinner. We didn't know that Swapnil Singh existed. We walked into the season and we said our three spinners for men's IPL are going to be Sophie Molyneux, Shreyaka Patil, and Asha Shobna.
definitely. And if you look at Swapnil, so no offense to Swapnil, he's not even like one of the like brilliant one who we can trust every single time. He just came out as a surprise and delivered a success somehow. Like it's magic to look at it. It was all well written.
Exactly.
It was all
Yeah.
planned.
So this year we're searching for some similar magic. Hopefully, that person for us is Prema Rawat.
Prema Rawat,
I
Yeah.
yes,
I have I have high hopes from her. I trust. We discussed a 50-50 chance for Madolan to land it right yesterday,
yeah,
and today felt like the other side of the 50. But honestly, she showed some character. It just wasn't her day.
yeah.
And even when the dew started setting in, like the fielding
And
was
then later,
impressive. You have a injured Perry covering the mid wicket and long off region. Damn, no words. Like
So,
Perry
like
is
you
just
look
making
at
good in
the
the
distance that Perry is allowed to cover, right? You compare that with any other normal player. Any normal player would probably have this much. Perry covers this much only by herself. So the gap between her and the next fielder is so huge because she's confident of being able to cover that
mm,
distance, which is a huge bonus for us.
even an injured Perry is so confident and can hit 50 with such impressive strike rate. Insane, man.
If she was fully fit
definitely.
today, 100 on marks.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It was on the cards. We
Did you
didn't
see,
like
like, with the hip injury, she was trying to play everything on the offside, making room,
Straight, yeah.
everything on the
straight.
offside.
Yes, the
Covers
straight
the
hip
She
point.
injury.
barely tried to
Mm,
sweep or pull or anything like that because it's difficult to get into that position. And I was actually
mm.
surprised that the Gujarat bowlers didn't
Actually,
catch
try to hit.
on
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
It's
but
because you have a Aussie captain. They don't want to injure an Aussie player.
yeah, exactly. They're calculating the World Cup. Yes, definitely. But
Aussie
at the same
captain
time,
captaining the orange colored team. Hey, just
oh my
another scary
God,
parallel.
oh my God.
Leander, Ellis Perry is not even a strongish contender. There is no ifs or buts. Ellis
Yeah,
Perry is the GOAT
Yes,
of
is
the
the
is
innings.
the
goat.
goat. There's
Yeah,
There
no
is
one
no
you can
else.
have
comparison.
debates in men's cricket. You can consider
Yes,
Jacques Kallis, Virat Kohli.
yeah,
You can think
definitely. But
in different
Ellis
angles.
Perry is
But
far
in
ahead.
women's cricket, Elise Perry is the only person in the history of humanity to have more runs in ICC finals than Sachin Tendulkar and more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo in a World Cup knockout.
Yes,
Also,
definitely.
remember this. I always keep telling this. Ellis Perry is the greatest and most beautiful woman to ever
To
touch a
ever
cricket
hold
bat.
a cricket bat.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, definitely. But one of the things I would like to mention about Harleen Deol, I mean, whenever she was trying to dive in, I was really getting irritated. Like, why the hell is she here? And but like crazy fielding by her with due situation. So a
Solid
mad
fielding.
respect to
Somehow
her though.
managed to
Solid
drop the
fielding.
two important catches.
Yes, yes. Somehow managed to drop two important catches. Great.
Time and time again, it proves catches win you matches.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But this was a similar situation with respect to the Asia Cup finals, also, right? India was
Correct.
great, but by the time in the final, the only thing that
Sri
let us down
Lanka.
was by the time
Correct.
the only thing that let us down was the fielding. They were dropping catches like right, left, and center. This is a problem with especially Indian players.
Yeah, but the
Agreed.
fielding was on point today. Like we know the
Hmm.
boundaries are pulled
Hmm.
in,
Yeah, yeah,
but it was on point.
yeah,
Unlike Gujarat, who had like massive communication errors in
yeah.
hotspot. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and so Are we done with the first innings? Is there anything else we need to discuss with respect to the first
Any
innings?
any thoughts on
Okay,
Georgia
Georgia
where
Warham's economy. Yeah,
17 economy? Yeah.
yeah. As we said yesterday, we have not watched Shane Warne play for RCB.
Yeah.
We have watched
But
Georgia
we have
Warham
watched
play for
Georgia
RCB.
and play for RCB.
Yes.
Now, in
Yes.
all honesty, even though she gave away those runs at an economy of 17, I think she was well and truly ready to come back with the bat and compensate for that.
Yes.
So, from that
Totally.
perspective, I will let it slide today.
Hmm.
Georgia Wareham is still a clutch player for us. Let's hope that it turns out to be a little better next time on. And there was a huge difference, right? Georgia Wareham and Prema Rawat are getting whacked left and right. Priya Mishra, on the other hand, is bowling beautifully. Of course,
Yeah.
that last over by Richa, let's shove that aside. But throughout the innings, Priya Mishra had RCB in check, in control.
Yeah, Priya
Hmm.
Mishra and Prema Rawat were slower through the air and they were tossing it up so to give some revs on the ball. But Georgia Veram was quicker through the air and had a lot of flatter trajectory. So that's the only area of concern. But you could see Prema Rawat getting more turn than Georgia Veram. It was all because of the pace variation. That's all.
Pace variation. And speaking of pace variation, I think Ash Gardner also did a brilliant job there
Hmm.
because you have Perry who is going at a good strike rate. So Ash Gardner was landing it a little quicker, a little flatter to Perry so that she doesn't get the elevation off of her bowling.
Yes.
To
Yes.
Raghavi Bisht, on the other hand, struggling to time the ball, struggling to get that power in, toss it up a little more, tempt her to try to go big. And as we spoke about it yesterday, right, Raghavi Bisht's arc is only from square leg to mid wicket. If you cover that with two fielders, it becomes impossible for her to generate boundaries in any other region, and that is something she still has to work on. We saw it happen today. We've seen it happen in the domestic side of things as well. I mean, whoever has watched clips of her batting there, she has a very Livingstone kind of a swing. Not
Yes.
current Livingstone, maybe like a Livingstone from 2 3 years ago.
Hmm. But
So that is
definitely one
something
of the
that she
things.
really
Raghavi
has to
Bish
work on.
started off very well with that one square cut,
Square cut, yeah.
but after
Yes.
that it all went like Tala
Correct.
is
But if you
skinning.
look at it, yeah, but if you look at the way they started off, like the hitting, the type of hitting that happened with Ashley, with Elise, and even with Richa, they were all trying to hit straight with
Correct.
respect to, so like as in when you get the bowling, even if it's a little flatter, you can get underneath it and place it in the straight away. But when you are trying to go with the horizontal bat, you're trying to take it to the mid wicket and square leg. There are little chance that will get to the wicket or even give you an LBW. Even what exactly happened with Smriti when
Smriti,
Ashley,
yes.
yeah, Ashley bowled is a little quicker in the air, and it kept low a little, and Smriti was trying to take it to the square leg, and we can see that what happened. So again, that's
So,
a little thing. Ashley and Smriti, another
yeah,
love
that's
story.
the question I
Yeah,
was going to get at. What does
yeah,
Smriti Mandana have to do to
yeah.
not get out to Ashley Gardner in
Ashley.
the power play? Because we've seen this happen over and over and over
Hmm.
again.
I think more
It's like
than
Stuart
Ashley
Broad
Gardner,
owning
it's the
David
off
Warner.
spinner. Smithy
Yeah,
getting out to off spinner, it's very
Yeah.
frequent. But let me just touch a point on Ashley Gardner's innings. She was struggling initially. She was struggling for form from quite a few months.
2 years. Yeah, honestly,
Well,
two
yeah,
years.
Yes, yeah.
definitely.
Ashley Garden, we know what she can do. She is the Glenn Maxwell equivalent in women's cricket for
Women's cricket,
Australia
yes.
and the league cricket.
Definitely.
Initially, I think she was around 15 runs of 16 balls or something. She had 100 strike rate. But the next 22 balls, she scored 63 runs. That's some
That's insane.
proper acceleration. What she changed over there is she saw the ball is not bouncing quite well with the pitch. She
Hmm.
walked on the pitch and whacking everything with the straight bat. Instead of playing it on the back foot, she's playing
Yeah.
everything on the front foot, which made the difference for the next 22 balls.
Correct. And what you need to see over here is the boundary dimensions. I think there was a six that Perry hit straight towards long off, which was 69 meters, even after it crossed the boundary line and went quite
Hmm.
a distance in. So the boundaries are really tiny. As we said yesterday, it is. just to attract the crowds, they're obviously going to want more runs being scored here,
Mm.
and the boundary lengths are around 60 meters, at least the straight
60
boundary
years.
ball. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was always going to be a more viable option to play straight.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And they say, like, whatever those things are, brilliant captaincy by the opposition team, and it's putting an off spinner to Smriti Mandana. It's just that thing. Like, you're just putting an off spinner to Smriti Mandana. That's basic thing. You just can't call it brilliant captaincy, Akash Chopra. Just please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
But in all
moment,
honesty, she has fixed that issue to a decent extent of late. At
Definitely,
least in the
yes.
past 1 or 2 years, she's started playing spin very well, at least on the international
yeah,
side of things. She's done a good job. Even last year, she had a good 80 and
Yes, yes.
a couple of half centuries where she played pretty well. So she's making improvements and she's hitting a phase of her life where she's peaking with the bat. Hopefully, that sticks around for a little longer.
yeah,
Yeah, a little more longer, like
yeah.
a little more.
Yeah,
This
it's like,
dismissal had a technical flaw basically. Smithy's head was more
yeah,
towards the offside.
this
Yeah,
is
Yes, yes,
right.
that's
she had crammed up her room, so
And
can't
we've
help
seen
it.
that dismissal happen quite frequently. She
yes,
puts
yes,
her
yes.
front foot across way too much and tries to play towards
With a
a little
cross
too
back. Yeah,
square. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you played the same thing a little bit more towards on, it would give you a better chance at connecting the ball. But when your bat is going across, it's more of an RNG kind of a
But
situation
yeah.
that
she
you
was
can
Another
trying to
possibility
find,
is
like,
making
she,
room and playing it on the offside, but that adds the element of risk
getting
for a
bowled.
no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's get to the big question here. Let's actually sit down and talk about the partnership that happened between Richa Ghosh and Kanika Ahuja.
yeah. Before Richa Ghosh and Kanika Ahuja, let's talk about the partnership between Perry and
Perry and
And
Raghavi.
Raghavi, yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
solid stuff. Even though she batted with a low strike rate, she made sure that she was there long enough so that Richa could come in and play the game that she's known to play. So,
yeah,
got to give credit to Raghavi over there.
Yes.
I know there's been strike rate issues, but yeah,
It's okay.
we'll get
It's
fixed
the
eventually.
tournament is
Yeah.
long enough
It's
where
the
she'll
first
get a
game.
lot of
We won
numbers.
it.
Yeah.
We're in a good
You won it.
position
So
of
you should,
table.
yeah.
All good.
yeah. The good thing is when Gujarat were hunting for a wicket of either Perry or Ragbi Bridge to
Raghavi.
break that partnership, they didn't throw away a wicket. Well, there were quite a few chances that they gave, but
Correct.
they
At the
didn't
end of
throw
the
away a
day, there
wicket.
was no wicket that took place. Yeah.
Ragbi Best at least has the potential to rotate the strike if she can't slog a ball, which is fine, which was evident today, which is a positive for us. And then comes the partnership of Kanika Ahuja and Richa
And
Ghosh.
Raghavi.
Yep.
What was
Um,
the equation when Richa walked out? I think it was still
It
12
was
and
still
over.
around 12, and yeah, it was 12 and over.
yeah,
Yes,
you needed
definitely.
11.8 at that point. Yeah.
11 point. Yeah. But 11.8 was constant throughout, like, after 6 overs. So I think when Richa walked out, it was around 12. It reached around 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was 109 for 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you needed like still 92 runs
Hmm.
Correct.
from I
So
think
no, when Richa entered, it was 100 for three, right? It was 100 for three at
And
the
when
end of
Perry
the
walked out, yeah,
11th over.
exactly.
Yeah, 11th
Yeah.
over,
yeah.
Richa came in at 100 for three. Then when Perry got out, it was 109 for four.
Four.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still had the second half of the chase remaining and
But I think, thanks for Simran for dropping that catch. I mean,
I mean, we still had Wareham to come in, but anything
hmm,
beyond Wareham after that point was has not been tested. So
yes.
in a 200 chase with
Shouldn't
a
be
really
testing
high
at all.
required run rate, yeah,
Yeah.
this is not the right time to test those guys. So it's
Exactly.
good that these guys did the job, saw us through till
Yeah.
the end.
mm,
Okay, let's talk statistics a little bit. So the
Yes.
last 8 innings that Perry has played in the WPL, she has
mhm.
crossed 46 times. And the
Okay.
other two were a 24 of 23 balls, and the other one was a 35 not out. So
Hmm.
she's crossed 46 times.
35 not out was the finals knock.
35 not out was the finals, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Consistency.
consistency is another word for Perry. It's not consistency.
Definitely, like, and all
Very
format
fair.
consistency, man. Like, even if when you are playing limited overs, when you're playing ODIs, when you're playing, and as soon as she gets into the test, we have a 200 by Perry, man. Like, can you
Yeah,
believe it? Oh,
it's insane.
brilliant, brilliant, insane player, legend.
Yeah, even with 100 for 4 when Perry walked out, I didn't expect RCB to chase. I was expecting 180, 180,
Yeah.
190 close-ish.
180, and
I
then
really
there
thought
would be
our bowlers gave away a little too much. The only thing keeping us alive in the game today was the dew factor.
Yeah, due
yes,
factor.
yes,
And
definitely.
if you watched our previous stream last night, we mentioned what the differential factor Kanika Ahuja could bring in. And today we
And
got to
we
see
saw
the
that today.
differential
Hmm.
factor.
Yeah.
I'm highly impressed with Kanika's bowling. Massive
And
upgrade on
bowling,
the
yes.
bowling. Batting, another massive
Batting
upgrade.
was
It's
always there. Yeah,
it, it's gone next level.
true.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
we finish the game. We start the
yeah,
season with a high.
Yes.
And who are we playing in the next game?
we play against the Delhi Capitals
Delhi
at Vadodara,
Capitals.
right?
Delhi Capitals. Yeah. A lot of people in my timeline from Delhi Capitals are roaring a lot. So, uh,
Yeah, please call them for our next stream.
yeah, definitely. I'll ask them
See,
to come on the next.
Delhi has a banger team, and it's going to be a tough game. So, luckily, we got our warm up against win percentage. Post Perry was mere 6%.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
damn.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Perry
didn't
getting
observe
out
that.
had our run rate going like this. A few
yeah.
overs later, Richa showed us why she is Richa.
Vijay Shotland. Hmm.
Yeah.
I was expecting another one of those sad moments when we couldn't chase 200 against those team, and then there would be those images like sitting like this, and it was I was in for those images, but now not anymore.
Yeah, and so on the group chat, we actually had, I think Leander was in the comments a while ago. He said, "Brother, I see it happening. RCB losing by 1 run. I see the vision." And I'm like, "Brother, please don't do this to me." Richa Ghosh taking a chase in her hands and losing by 1 run is something I've dealt with already. I don't want to
Yes,
deal with it again. But you know
exactly.
what? If it happened last time, and it was a small sacrifice for the sake of salvation. It's what
Definitely
propelled us to
to win
the
the trophy. Yes,
trophy. So if there is a loss that propels us to the trophy this time as well, I will take
Anything
it
for
any
them.
day.
Yeah,
yes,
now we are
exactly.
calm.
Now we're
Now we
calm.
calm.
Yeah, Tulika received a lot of calm stickers from me throughout the game.
Mm.
Anyways, tomorrow is weekend and we wake up to wait for the 9 a.m. videos.
Absolutely. The
Nice.
9 a.m. videos are going to
Definitely
be
9 a.m.
crazy.
video.
9 a.m. videos are back. Summer
9 a.m.
has
video.
truly begun. And yeah, that seems like a wrap for this episode on the record breaking chase by RCB to start the season with a bang. We will be there in the
No
next
matter what.
episode previewing
To
RCB
be back.
DC
RCB
or
and
any
DC.
other interesting games. Yeah, we will be
Yeah.
there quite regularly now. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon so that you'll know whenever we are live, like in the odd hours of 11:30. And thank you for 4 people who are watching it at
Yes.
11:30 in the night
Love
instead
you
of
all.
sleeping. Yeah, we all and wishing you all a happy Valentine's Day and good night.
Good night, sleep right, sweet dreams. Jai Jai
Yes.
Karnataka.